Family Guy just killed off the giant chicken after 23 seasons. And unlike Brian, he's not coming back. But he's not the only character who stayed dead. From tributes to hated rivals, we're breaking down every permanent death in Family Guy. Francis Griffin. He first appeared in Holy Crap. Francis was a strict Irish Catholic. So strict that he actually changed Peter's house to look more Christian.
Dad, what are you doing?
There's no cross in here. Every kitchen needs a crucifix.
He even disliked Lois because of religious differences. Not exactly a fan favorite, but his death still caught people off guard. It all happens in the episode Peter's Two Dads. Peter shows up dressed as a clown for Meg's birthday. He's had a few drinks and decides it's a brilliant idea to ride a unicycle down the stairs. And while trying to pull off the dumbest stunt imaginable, he wipes out and falls directly on top of his dad. She quickly tries to call an ambulance, but
Maybe you better call 2 ambulances.
Francis gets rushed to the hospital, where the doctor tells them he has severe internal injuries and only about an hour left to live. Before he passes, Francis wants to say something to Peter.
You're a fat, stinking drunk.
Oh my God, he's dead!
Peter's obviously devastated by his father's death, but Brian and Lois? So why did the writers kill him off? Francis didn't fit the show anymore. Too serious, too strict, didn't match the comedy they wanted, so they wrote him out. And if we're talking about Peter's dad, we can't skip his mom. She also gets killed off in Mom's the Word. Before her death, Thelma Griffin was known as the mom who smoked too much, drank too much, and gambled whenever she got the chance. But honestly, she was still the nicer parent compared to Francis. She had her problems, sure, but she wasn't a bad person. Lois is actually the one who tells Peter what happened. She says Thelma died from a stroke. At first, Peter thinks she's joking, but she's not.
Peter, your mother is dead. She had a stroke this afternoon and she died.
You don't die from that, Lois. You just host New Year's Eve and talk funny.
And when the funeral happens, a ton of people show up to pay their respects. But here's the real question. Why did the writers kill her off screen? It's because Thelma's voice actor, Phyllis Diller, passed away in real life. So the show decided to retire Thelma permanently as a way of respecting the actress who played her. Alright, now let's talk about Mr. Weed, another character who died out of nowhere. He was Peter's boss at the Happy-Go-Lucky toy factory. Mr. Weed was strict, super formal, and honestly kind of weird.
I'll take this. No course.
But he was still a big part of Peter's work life in the early seasons. His death happens in the episode Saturday Night. It starts with Peter showing up at Chris's career day at school. The kids immediately start roasting him because of his job. Even Mort Goldman, the nerdy pharmacist, gets more respect than Peter does. That really gets to him. So Peter decides to invite Mr. Weed over for dinner, hoping to impress him. Surprisingly, Mr. Weed actually loves Peter's family, especially the whole talking dog thing with Brian. He's so impressed that he promotes Peter to head of toy development right there at the dinner table.
Starting Monday, I would like to promote you to head of toy development.
But then things go sideways fast. Brian starts choking on his food. Peter jumps in and does the Heimlich maneuver. The piece of food flies out of Brian's mouth and shoots straight into Mr. Weed's throat. He chokes on it and dies right there on the spot. Just like that, Peter's boss is gone. The writers killed him off to give Peter different jobs throughout the series. Now let's talk about Doug, Stewie's biggest rival. Doug was Stewie's enemy back in preschool. We first see him in the episode Movin' In, Principal Shepard's song. Stewie's playing with a toy lawnmower, and Doug starts mocking him for doing yard work. That moment kicks off their whole rivalry. From then on, they're constantly trying to one-up each other, and honestly, Doug usually wins. In Young Parent Trap, things get worse. All the kids at Quahog Preschool start calling Stewie Poopy Tum.
Hey, Poopy Thumb!
It was golden, spicy brown mustard from my sandwich. How many times do I have to say it?
Okay.
Then comes the candidate. Doug's about to become snack captain since Noah, his only competitor, got foot-in-mouth disease. Stewie can't stand the idea of Doug having any power, so he runs for snack captain too, just to stop him. All the kids back Doug, and it looks like he's got the election locked down. But at the end of the episode, Stewie's wearing the snack captain hat. That's when the show casually mentions that Doug died in a commuter plane crash.
Oh, and Doug died in a commuter plane crash this morning.
Fans know the real reason. Doug was designed as Stewie's annoying rival, making him one of the most disliked characters, so the writers just killed him off and moved on. So far, 1 death per episode. But Season 9 changed that. They wiped out several characters at once in the episode, and then there were fewer. This is where Family Guy kills off multiple characters in one go, including 2 major recurring ones. The episode begins with James Woods hosting a peculiar and somewhat creepy dinner party at his mansion. He invites a bunch of people from Quahog and tells everyone he's a changed man because he found Christianity. Naturally, everyone shows up just to see what's going on. Things go dark real quick. James steps out of the room for a minute, and Quagmire's girlfriend sits down in his chair. The second she sits down, a gun goes off and kills her instantly.
Did the cork hit me?
Everyone freaks out and thinks James is behind it. They try to leave, but the bridge outside collapses, trapping them all inside the mansion. James swears he didn't do it. Then the lights cut out. When they come back on, James has been stabbed.
I didn't kill anybody.
Oh my God. Is this what black people see all the time? Look!
But here's the thing, James doesn't actually stay dead. He comes back in later episodes. The real permanent death in this episode is Muriel Goldman. She's basically Mort's female twin. Same voice, same energy, same everything. In this murder mystery setup, the group actually suspects her for a moment after they find some shady messages between her and James Woods.
I'm not saying another word until I talk to my lawyer, because why is he wearing shorts?
Oh my God, I told you!
Muriel panics, runs off on her own, and when the others finally see her, she's been stabbed by the same mystery killer.
Oh my God, Muriel, my sweet Muriel. She was so young. She was so beautiful. She was so generous.
I couldn't find a specific reason why they killed off Muriel. It seems like it was just a story decision. So next up is the character who was actually behind all the murders, Diane Simmons. She's the co-anchor on Channel 5 News alongside Tom Tucker. She's appeared in numerous episodes, but mostly in the background, often doing news segments. Nothing huge. That all changes in this episode, when she suddenly becomes the main focus. Turns out, Diane was the one killing everyone. She took out James Woods, Muriel Goldman, and a few others, then tried to frame Tom Tucker for the whole thing. Pretty solid plan, until she messes up. While she's talking to Lois and packing her stuff to leave, she accidentally lets a small detail slip. Lois catches it.
I'm sorry, I don't understand.
What do you mean?
That's when Diane cracks and spills everything. She explains that she killed James Woods out of revenge and that Tom Tucker was planning to replace her with a younger co-anchor because she was turning 40. Just as Diane is about to shoot Lois, she gets taken out by a sniper shot from behind.
If anybody's gonna take that bitch down, it's gonna be me.
And yeah, it's Stewie. He saves the day with one clean shot. After that, everyone leaves the mansion and the episode ends. Now let's talk about the most ridiculous death in the entire show, which is Horace, obviously. Horace was a long-running background character on the show. He survived a lot of near-death experiences, he fell from a ladder while fixing a TV, and Peter even saved him when God started a fire in his shop. But then Horace dies in the dumbest way possible in the episode Save the Clam. During a softball game against Golden Pharmacy, he tries to strike Jerome out, but
He's dead. Oh no!
After the funeral, the bar shuts down. Peter tries everything to save it, but can't pull it off. Eventually, Jerome buys the place with his sports money. And that's the real reason the writers killed Horace, to make room for Jerome's character and give him bigger storylines. Then there is Paddy Tanager. He was a recurring character on the show. He's short, annoying, and always picks fights over stupid things. Even Peter couldn't stand this guy.
Hey, you that Griffin boy's father? Patty Tanager, the caddy manager. Yeah, it rhymes. Big whoop. Want to fight about it?
Paddy managed the Quahog Hummer dealership and drove Brian just as crazy.
Got problems at home?
No. What would make you say that?
Ex-husband back in the picture. You're working during the day. They got time to bump uglies. That's right. I said bump uglies. Big whoop. Want to fight about it?
Fans hated him too, which is probably why the writers decided to kill him off. In The Perfect Castaway, Stewie straight up takes him out with a tank.
So you got a tank. Big whoop. Want to fight about it?
So Patty was killed off because fans hated him. But not every death was like that. Some were done out of respect, like Angela. She was the head of the shipping department of the Pawtucket Brewery and the supervisor of Peter Griffin. We first saw her in Season 4, Episode 13, Jungle Love. Peter's always been super lazy at work, but somehow still wonders why he's never Employee of the Month. So he tries to impress Angela by setting up this ridiculous animal fight as a surprise.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
And of course, it backfires completely. But things take a weird turn in the episode Peter-assment. Angela suddenly develops a crush on Peter after seeing his eyes without his glasses. From there, the episode gets uncomfortable fast. Angela starts aggressively hitting on him and even threatens to fire him when he refuses her advances. Peter turns her down and she fires him immediately. After that, she attempts to kill herself and Peter saves her just in time. That's when Angela opens up and admits she's been single for over a decade. Later on, to make her feel better, Peter arranges for someone to spend the night with her, and Angela thinks it's him, but it's definitely not Peter.
Yeah, you cheated on your wife.
No, I didn't. I used Mort. Oh my god, I forgot about Mort.
I want my
Angela's last major appearance was in Season 17. After her voice actress Carrie Fisher passed away in December 2016, the show decided to retire Angela's character permanently out of respect. Then we see her funeral in the episode Pawtucket Pete. And even though Peter accidentally ends up at the wrong funeral, the moment still feels surprisingly heartfelt.
I may have lost a boss, but heaven has gained a princess. And I am at the wrong funeral.
Then we have the most recent death, Ernie the Giant Chicken. He's been fighting Peter since Season 2, and the whole rivalry started because of a stupid mistake. Peter got an expired coupon from some dude in a chicken suit. When he tried using it and got embarrassed, he thought Ernie was the guy who gave it to him. So they've spent 23 seasons destroying entire cities over something Ernie never even did. In Internal Affairs, Peter lightly bumps into the giant chicken's car. He apologizes right away, but doesn't notice that the chicken is actually sitting inside. And boom, that tiny misunderstanding turns into another full-on brawl. In the middle of the fight, Stewie shows up, and yeah, he gets dragged into it too. Then Peter and the chicken accidentally crash into Stewie's time machine. Even while teleporting through time, they're still swinging at each other. But here's the twist. The giant chicken wasn't killed by Peter. Meg is the one who took him out in Season 23. In The Chicken or the Meg, Ernie finally meets his end. Meg starts dating Ernie's son Nugget, and at first, Ernie welcomes her into the family. But then he makes Meg choose, either cut ties with Peter or break up with Nugget. Meg realizes Ernie's just as bad as her dad, maybe worse. So what does she do? She decapitates him right there in his front yard. His headless body runs around for a few seconds before finally collapsing. And unlike all the other times Ernie died, his eyes don't open at the end. He's actually gone. So why kill off one of the show's most iconic characters? The writers ended it here because the Peter vs. Chicken rivalry had reached its peak. After 23 seasons of epic fights, they were running out of ways to top themselves. They closed the gag before it went stale. And finally, there's Mayor Adam West, the one death that truly mattered to fans. Mayor Adam West is easily one of the most lovable characters on the show, and definitely the weirdest mayor Quahog has ever had. This character is actually based on the real Adam West, and is voiced by him as well. He actually stayed Quahog's mayor for 16 whole seasons. In Prick Up Your Ears, Mayor West is watching TV at home, basically just enjoying some random household drama. Then the doorbell rings. It's the pizza delivery guy. But the pizza isn't what he ordered. He wanted bacon, and they gave him Canadian bacon instead. To punish the delivery guy, he pulls out his most dangerous weapon, a cat launcher. He starts chasing the pizza guy while wearing nothing but underwear, which is already hilarious. But firing cats with a crossbow is even funnier. He's literally picking up the cats he fired and reloading them as ammo. And he even starts laughing at their names.
Come on, Paul. What a ridiculous name for a cat. Paul, that's a person's name.
After Adam West passed away in real life, Family Guy honored him in Season 17 with the episode Adam West High.
Can't believe he's gone. He was such a great mayor and a great uncle to the kids.
Wait, Uncle Adam is dead? Eesh, how many people has this show killed?
Brian comes up with the idea to rename the high school after him as a tribute.
You know what we should do? We should rename the high school for Mayor West.
At the end, there's this really sweet moment where Adam West's ghost appears and saves Brian from falling off a cliff.
Mayor West?
After that, the show tried to replace him with Mayor Wild West, but honestly, it didn't work. Subscribe or the writers kill you off next.